Okie dokie.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of A Slice of Fried Gold.
Mm-hmm.
For the record, I'm Paddy.
And I'm Ben.
If you're watching us on YouTube, give us a like on the channel. Subscribe as well. I'll completely mess all that up. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Leave us a good comment.
Hit the notification bell.
Hit the notification bell. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a 5-star review. Comment on the question down below, and give us your thoughts on this week's episode. I'm a bit out of practice doing that.
Yeah.
For everybody, it's just like a normal week, but for us, it's been like nearly 3, just over 2.
Just over 2.
Well, I'm
Let's
trying to
not
think.
exaggerate.
Well, no, because
I know you're used to doing that.
Hey, I've never had any complaints to my face. But yeah, so I'd say how's your week been, but for us it's been a bit of a different couple of weeks.
You can still do it.
Well, how's your week been since it's only been like a day?
It's been fucking Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's been 5 days. It's been nearly a week.
I was with you Saturday.
Okay, it's been 4 days.
Exactly.
It's been nearly a week. I'll tell you what, all I've been basically doing is playing catch up at work, which is fine. It is what it is. But today I am shattered.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never guessed.
But I'm going to explain it to the listeners and viewers, because then context and everything. But last night I only had 2 hours sleep, not because I was a dirty stop out.
Nope.
Those days are behind me.
Why, Ben? Why is that?
Because I'm 30.
We've had your birthday!
Yes, we have crossed the threshold into the 30s.
Ben is officially 30.
I am officially dead. But yeah, so I went to bed at midnight.
Yeah.
Reasonable time for me normally.
Yeah.
When, for alarm to go off at 7, that's a solid 7 hours sleep.
Yeah.
I can usually function on minimum 5.5.
Yeah, you can.
So I went to bed at midnight, and then I woke up at 2 to go to the loo, and it was like my brain just went, oh, we're awake now. Okay.
Marvelous.
And then I just spent the rest of the night staring at the ceiling like, please, let me go to sleep. Please. Like, you know that whole thing of, if I can fall asleep now, I
get 3 hours and 47 minutes and 2 seconds.
Yeah, that. All night long.
Yeah.
And then it was just like, it hit 6 o'clock, and I was like, there's no point now. It's done.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that we're in the dark, because, people aren't able to see the bags under my eyes. As one lovely person on Grindr once said, Jesus, you can fly to New York with those bags.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say I blocked him instantly, but I didn't. I just ignored it. And then, 2 years later, he was like, hey, you never replied. I was like, yeah, because I'm waiting for your fucking apology, mate.
2 years later?
And he was like, what apology? And I was like, after you accused me of having bags under my eyes? He's like, well, come on.
I mean, yes.
I was like, yes, I acknowledge I have bags under my eyes, but you don't have to acknowledge that.
Yeah. Very true.
And then he went, well, in your bio, you say that you appreciate sarcasm. I was like,
There's sarcasm and insults.
There's sarcasm, and there's attacking someone for bags under their eyes. And, and the worst bit is he's attacking me for the bags under the eyes, whereas saying that I could fly to New York with those bags, whereas I could fly off the fucking forehead he had. That was the runway. Don't hear me say
Wow. Should have come back with that.
I should have, you can fly to New York with those bags, well, it would fly off your fucking forehead. It's not done. You don't say that when all you've said to someone is, hello, how are you? By the way, you have huge bags under your eyes. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So I only had 2 hours sleep last night. Then I've had a full day of work. Then sit in the cinema. Well,
slept in the cinema. Ben slept in the film, people. We're trying to review movies, and Ben slept. I mean, it was admittedly I'd say about 2 bouts of 10 minutes.
2 bouts of 10 minutes, yeah. In a 2.5 hour film, I slept for 20 minutes.
Yeah. It's fine.
It's fine.
And it was at the beginning.
And it was right at the beginning. But the thing is,
you got most of the gist.
I stayed awake for the initial exposition.
Yeah.
Fell asleep for the talky bit. Woke up for the first action scene. Fell asleep for the next talky bit. Woke up for the rest of the thing. So we're all good.
Yeah.
I just missed the talky bits, and who enjoys the talky bits anyway? Yes, I am tired.
Ben is tired.
Very, very tired. I even resorted to having an emergency monster on the drive up to the cinema.
Didn't work,
obviously. I mean, to be fair, that's probably when it's kicked in. When I suddenly woke up in the cinema and stayed awake, that's probably when the monsters finally kicked in.
Probably.
Should have had it earlier, but oh well. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Should.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Good news. Good news. My restaurant manager had her baby.
Oh, congratulations!
So, congratulations on that, restaurant manager. Hope everybody's healthy and happy. I know they are, but best wishes to all that. Turns out I got a tasty arse, Ben. I have been bitten by a mosquito. Right on the crack. It's itchy as hell. I'm popping antihistamines to stop that scratching. It is not good.
Fair enough.
It is not good.
I was about to say, has someone finally hit on you? It's been a while, hasn't it?
I know it's been a while. It's the closest action I've had in ages. But I'm the same as you. We've just come back from holidays. I've been basically catching up on work.
Mm-hmm.
I am on my second day off. I'm back to work tomorrow, early morning. But I did do 12 hours on my first day, so I was happy with that. Did what you did, catch up on everything as much as possible. So nothing really interesting happened.
I did show everyone at work how extra I can be today.
Oh yeah.
So of course, naturally, office culture. When it's your birthday, you bring a cake in.
Yes.
And I went, well, it's my 30th, so go big or go home.
Mm-hmm.
Would you care to guess how many things I took in?
Knowing you, probably 30 or 130.
I mean, that would have been cool, but no, considering I baked it all in one night. I did proper bake-off stuff.
Go on then.
I took in 3 cakes, 2 other dessert things, and 5 savoury things.
Wow.
Yeah. And everyone was like, is this going to be the same for every single birthday? I was like, fuck off, no. I was like, this is it for my 30th. It was a special thing. It was a big deal, considering you guys didn't make a big... So they don't celebrate 30 as a big deal. They're like, because someone turned 21, and of course they decorated his desk and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I'm probably going to get that when I turn 30. And they're like, no, 21, then 40. And I was like, wait, why?
30 is a big thing.
30 is a big thing. Everyone fucking panics about it. So why is 30 not being a big deal?
Maybe they just don't like it.
Wow. It is hard for people to like me, so. I was waiting for
I nodded.
No, fair enough. But yeah, and so they were like, wow, this is way too much. I was like, yes, but it's a one-off. Do not expect it every year. Next year you will get a cake. That's it. Because I think I baked for 4 hours last night. And this is the thing. Everyone at work was like, you should do bake-off if you've done that. You should do bake-off if you've done that. I was like, absolutely not. Because what they don't know is I may have had a mental breakdown at one point and found myself sort of on my kitchen floor. Head in hands going, why am I doing this? And that was when my electric hand mixer decided to die on me, and I still had 2 cakes left to go. And so yes, I did make those cakes purely by hand, whisking, and oh my god, my wrists have not been through that vigorous exercise in a while.
For at least 2 weeks.
For at least 2 weeks. That muscle's getting weak with that.
Oh dear.
But yeah, anyway, shall we talk films?
Yes.
Cool.
How do you want to do this?
You go first, because you saw one without me.
I did.
Because you've done a double bill today.
I did a double bill. I went to see Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Uh-huh.
Tell
us all about it.
Meh.
So you're saying that all those reviews and everything are true?
Well, yeah, I think it was a good film.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it was a great film. I don't think it was a bad film. I think, unfortunately, the major thing that let it down, and it's the same with most films at the moment, is that the CGI is crap. And it's not the fault of the CGI artists, because they're just massively overworked.
Mm-hmm.
The de-aging of, and this isn't a spoiler because it's in the trailer, the de-aging of Indiana Jones for the past scene, I didn't appreciate. I'm sick and tired of them trying to do something and not doing it properly.
Yeah.
I obviously on the flight we watch movies.
Yeah.
I watched A Man Called Otto while you got some sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And in that movie, yeah, okay, he's not the same guy, but they did get Tom Hanks' son to play the younger version of him. I miss the days of them casting another actor that looks similar. Yeah, we know that it's not him, and we know that,
but we're okay with it.
But we used to do it before.
Yeah.
Why not? Why can't we still do that
It's
now?
like when in the Harry Potter films they got Ray Fiennes' nephew to play young Voldemort.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, okay, it didn't look 100%, but there were the facial features were there enough for them to know that it's him.
Yeah.
We don't need to de-age Ralph Fiennes to the age of being a child.
No.
And it's the same with him. They de-aged him to back when he was like in like the first 3 movies. Yes, okay, it's a big thing, but the issues that they have in that movie for me is that you can blatantly tell when there's bits of it's Harrison Ford being de-aging or it's a stunt double with his face on top.
Right, yeah.
Because, and God bless him, he's getting old. No. He's old now and he doesn't walk and move like he used to.
Yes.
And there's bits when he's playing the, like, in, like, modern, like, you know, when he's at his age.
Yeah.
And you can tell that he's being played by a stunt double because the stunt double is not moving in the way that he does now.
Yeah.
So, and as much, you know, it's not, I mean, they've said it's the last one. I probably will be the way the box office has happened. And sadly, it's not gone out on the high that I think they're hoping it to be.
Okay, let me pose this question for you. You're saying it's not going out on a high. Is it going out on a better high than if they were to finish it with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
Honestly, I don't think it makes a difference.
Okay, fair enough.
I didn't mind the Crystal Skull. I know it's not great, but then this is the issue that we have with bringing back a franchise like that. They were obviously looking to reboot it with Shia LaBeouf.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't work. Will they reboot it with Phoebe Waller-Bridge? Who knows? With the way the box office is, they'll probably just let it die.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it's probably for the best. They, you know, give it 30 years and they might reboot it into a HBO TV series. You know, they did the Young Indiana Jones TV show. Maybe they'll do something like that. Maybe they'll bring it back. But I think the likelihood is that they probably won't do it until Harrison Ford passes away. And that's probably going to be for the best. And then that way they can't even get him to do like a mini cameo. Unfair. Unfortunately, I think the premise of the movie was good. But at the end of the day, overall, an average storyline and poor CGI just doesn't cut it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We've got too many movies, too much content, and too much stuff for people to do that I just didn't think that it did it justice. He's calling it his big send-off for Indiana, and it's the last film and everything. You know, yeah, it might have had a big budget, but it didn't feel that way.
Fair enough.
I'm quite disappointed with it. You know, in that sense, I wanted more. It was a 2.5 hour movie. It felt like 3 hours. We've just been to see a 3 hour movie, and to me, the 3 hour movie didn't feel 3 hours. You know?
I mean, it didn't feel 3 hours to me either.
Well, you slept for an hour of it.
Hey, we've literally just agreed it was 20 minutes I slept through.
Yeah.
Come on.
I know. But anyway, so that's my thoughts on Dial of Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I mean, I didn't pay for the ticket because I pay monthly.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't pay for a full price ticket, basically.
Yeah.
If anything, and this is the other thing as well, is that give it 2 months, not even that, it'll probably be on bloody Disney Plus by then, or Paramount Plus, and that'll be that.
Yep.
I could have watched it there, watched it from the comfort of my own home, and paused it when I needed a pee, instead of holding on for another 45 minutes. So
bless your heart, you held on.
I did it. My bladder held on. But yeah, that's that. Shall we talk Mission Impossible?
Mission Impossible, yes. Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Do you want to speak first?
Yeah. Okay. Maybe you should speak first, considering let's look through the first poll.
Okay. And considering that we pretty much think you've only seen one movie
Of the Mission Impossible series, yes.
out of all now 7 movies.
Yeah.
I have watched all now 7 movies.
I'm proud of you.
I love the franchise. I remember watching the first and the second on VHS at home regularly.
Yeah.
I think they're good films. Tom Cruise has, worked at the character and worked at the franchise. I think they're great movies. They're like the American version of James Bond. That's their thing of James Bond.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed this movie. It felt very different to a normal Mission Impossible movie, because I always feel like, I should say, the other Mission Impossible movies, there's always the countdown to the end of the world kind of situation.
Right, yeah.
There's always the bomb that's going to go off at the end, or this person's going to release this toxic chemical or virus or something like that.
Yeah.
In this one, it being part 1, in the name, we know that that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It was a 3-hour movie, and a lot of it felt set up, where I think if they had only done one movie, it felt more fast-paced like the other 6 movies always did.
Yeah.
This was not slow, but they just took their time with it.
They had slow moments, because those were the moments I fell asleep.
Well, yeah, that was because I feel like they were setting up story. But like I said, it felt like a very different film compared to the last 2 movies that this director has done.
Yeah.
It was not as fast-paced as they have been throughout the whole franchise.
Mm-hmm.
I think given the time, I think it's always one of those things, like, it's the same with like Game of Thrones and everything else. Like, having like a 10-hour block of things means you can put more story into it and everything else. It's the same with this. They're obviously splitting it into 2 movies, probably 3 hours apiece.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's giving us more time to enjoy the story. Normally with a Mission Impossible movie, it's this, and this, and you've got 24 hours to do it.
Yeah.
So the movie is always fast-paced, it's always fast-going, where this is obviously taking its time, it's working it out, and I mean, we know in a part 1 film that it's not the end, so we know that it's going to end on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Therefore, we can actually just sit down and enjoy the movie for what it is. It's an action movie with light comedy in, which I think really worked. Tom Cruise always brings his A game. I mean, dude might be a bit weird, but like overall, he makes great films. He always puts 110% into it.
Yeah.
He does his own stunts, and that's obviously the difference between. And it's not anything, against Harrison Ford, because the dude's like 80. But I mean, Tom Cruise is like 60, 61, and he still looks. I don't know what fountain of youth that
That's Scientology for you.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, the Scientology's obviously got it. We should have joined them when they tried to absconder us in America. But
that's the word you're going for? Okay.
What, absconder?
Yeah.
I feel like that's the right word.
Yeah.
Or what, indoctrinate us?
Yeah, yeah.
That one as well. But yeah, I just think Tom Cruise has done a really good job. He knows what he's doing. He's making sure that the movie plays to his strengths and the strengths of everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Simon Pegg has been a brilliant choice to be brought in from like movie 3. His character development throughout it has been really good. It's always good to see Luther. He's in like every movie, even if it's just like a small cameo.
Okay.
I think in like the 4th one. I did literally just rewatch them all like the other day. It was just like completely forgotten after. Hayley Atwell, great addition to the cast. I feel like I don't know. I feel like she might be kind of maybe being set up to maybe have her own spin-off, maybe. Originally, Not that you know because you haven't seen them, but the fourth and fifth that have and sixth and fourth. I can't remember. Maybe not the sixth. But Jeremy Renner, Hawkeye, he was in them, and he was supposed to be kind of semi-set up as a potential replacement. But I think, obviously, the way Tom Cruise is that I don't think he'll ever let the lead go to somebody else. That's why they have different characters.
And for all we know, it could be that Marvel kind of like overtook Jeremy Renner's life and
more than
kind
I
of thing.
He probably didn't realise how much of a commitment he was going to have to set up to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Hayley Atwell could be, that kind of. I think they're kind of bringing that kind of character development into her, which I think could work. She's a great actress. She's not been in a lot, to be honest.
No.
I mean, I really only know her from the Marvel movies as well, when she played Captain Carter.
Yeah.
But even that was minimal. She had the series, but I haven't really seen her in much else. But I'm glad she's in. I'm glad she's in it.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, Ben? Because I've been talking a lot now.
My thoughts, right. So, I enjoyed it. It's, my problem is with most action films is it's a little bit brain dead.
Yeah.
There's no real story behind it. Whereas this one has a bit of a story behind it. So that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Whilst you said that there was comedic elements and you appreciated that, I agree there was comedic elements.
Yeah.
But was it just me, or was Tom Cruise still trying to play it straight during the comedic moments?
He always does.
Yeah, like I get that you're supposed to have a straight guy in the comedic moments, but it kind of just.
But for me, that's Ethan Hunt's character.
Right. Okay.
I feel like that's how the character is. He knows when to be funny and not when to be funny.
Okay.
I'd have said the fourth one is the most comedic one, but then there's like bits in that where even though there's like a comedic moment, Tom Cruise is more of like the serious guy at the butt of the joke.
Yeah. No, I get that, but there was just a few moments. I can't pick up them off the top of my head because I'm tired.
Yeah.
But there was a few moments where it was just like, he shouldn't be playing this seriously right now. He should, make a bit of a sarcastic quip or something, and it would have just made it much more real. Like just the way he played it so straight kind of took me out of the film. It's like no one would react like that kind of thing.
I guess.
Can you also explain the long running scenes? Because
it's not a Mission Impossible movie if Tom Cruise doesn't do lots of long running scenes.
Okay. I was about to say, is it just something that Tom Cruise likes to look how much I can run?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where his run is like very famous for like the way he does it, especially in movies. But it's his style of running, and I like it. It's just like I think it's just one of the things.
I was about to say, is there somewhere in his contract you think it's like this film must include 2 runs?
Yeah, probably. It wouldn't surprise me.
Each lasting a minimum of 30 seconds.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, at least there is definitely, there's at least one in every movie that.
Right. Okay. I mean, this one had 2.
Yeah, I feel like
that I can think of. There was probably another one.
3.
Yeah.
I think there was 3. The glass rooftop.
The one in Venice.
Yeah. Well, no, it must be 2.
Yeah. Anyway, but as you've quite well pointed out and maybe thrown me under the bus, we'll see what the comments say, but I've not actually seen many of the Mission Impossibles.
Yep.
I found it easy to pick up. So if you haven't watched any of the Mission Impossibles before, don't be like, oh, I can't go watch it. I've not seen any of them. Okay, you may not get some of the callbacks, you may not get some of the references.
Yeah.
But you can still follow along with the story.
Yeah.
Which is good, I think, which is needed.
Well, I think the thing as well is that from the first and the second movie, Luther is like the original guy that comes with him.
Yeah.
And then in each movie, well, as
Games of Friends.
Well, no.
It's Tom Cruise and Friends.
No. So
you tell me it's not Thomas and Friends?
No, it's not. Just because you like trains, Ben. It's not. But in the third one, that's when obviously Simon Pegg's characters introduced.
Yeah.
And then that's when they start picking up the returning characters.
Right.
So from the third one, we always assumed that it was only going to be like Luther as a returning character.
Right.
But they introduced Simon Pegg, and then he came in, and then in the fourth one, Rebecca Ferguson's character came in, and then she was in the fourth, as well as Jeremy Renner's, and then they were in the fourth and the fifth. And then, what's her face? The blonde one, who's probably playing Sue Storm in the new Fantastic Four movie. I'll put a picture up for all the people, but everybody knows who I mean. I can't remember her name. But she was in the sixth one, and then she's returned in this one. So it's kind of like they're actually building a universe, as opposed to kind of only each movie being like its own individual thing, which I enjoy. And they still kind of, there's some repercussions from the other movies, and they mention them, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's not like this movie is just like a one and done. But like you said, you could easily just watch it and not and understand the characters that you wouldn't have to worry about seeing all 6 movies before.
Yeah,
absolutely not.
I'm just trying to think. Yeah. The action sequences went on a bit. You know me, and I don't like an action sequence that drags on, and the car chase scene did drag on a little bit.
Yeah, but again, that's like a Mission Impossible thing. That they have long sequences.
I mean, that's just an action film thing.
Yeah.
You know,
it's the same with like the train bit.
Yes.
Yeah, like towards the end.
Oh, I was just sitting there going, someone's played Uncharted.
Yeah.
Who in the writing room has played Uncharted?
Yeah.
Because they've combined. I'm trying to think which ones it is now, and it's like the comments are going to be shouting at me, because there's the one where he's trying to not fall out the back of a plane as it's flying. Of course, everything's like coming down at him, and he's having to constantly jump over it and everything. And there's one where he's trying to escape a train crash. Of course, the train crash isn't over a cliff kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's like they've combined those two, and I was just like, someone's played Uncharted here. Or Tom Cruise has played it and gone, I can do that.
Yeah. Tom Holland did it.
Tom Holland did it, so Tom Cruise is like, well,
if he can do it, I can do it.
Challenge accepted. But yeah, so those are my opinions.
Good. For me, comparison-wise, if people were going to go watch either, I would recommend watching Mission Impossible over Indiana Jones.
Really?
Yes. Save it for when it's on whatever streaming service you're already paying for, and just watch it on there.
Okay. Favorite Mission Impossible so far?
Ooh, right. Well, I'm going to be in the minority in this because many people, and there's only a very, very small amount of people that will actually agree with this, but my favourite Mission Impossible is Mission Impossible 2.
Okay.
Which is actually rated the worst one.
Fair enough.
However, for me, like that was like that's like the nostalgic one. That was the one that I used to watch regularly, VHS wise. I used to watch it maybe once a week and things like that. I like really, really love that movie. So that was like the one that got me into loving the franchise.
Fair enough.
And that's why number 2 is my favourite. But after that, it would have to be Fallout, because Henry Cavill's in it and he's a ledge. What?
Maybe it's Fallout I've seen. Is that the one with the famous? Is that the one with the famous in the bathroom scene where he does like the boom boom?
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen that one in the cinema.
Oh god. I'm sure it's the first one. The first one with Simon Pegg in it. That's the third one, Ben. Oh, it's probably not that one then. Oh no, it might be the fourth one.
Or did I go see that on a date?
I feel like you've probably seen more than you think.
Maybe.
And just don't remember.
This can now be wiped from my memory. Fair enough. Anyway, final
thoughts.
Coming back from holiday is always worse, and you always want to go back on holiday because catch up is just never fun.
Yeah.
That's the worst bit about a holiday, is the catching up after a holiday.
And the laundry.
We should have tried to win the lottery whilst we were out there.
It'd have
We
been
would have not had to come back.
nice. Yeah.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, Indiana Jones.
Don't bother.
I mean, to be honest, if you love the franchise, just watch the first three.
From my takeaway from your comments on Indiana Jones is just because you can CGI something doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm not being funny. Like, a big thing for me as well in that was that, like, he's trying to do stunts that they were getting the character to do stunts that he was doing like 30 years ago, when actually they should be making him go up to the stunt and go, nah, fudge that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, considering like George Lucas, he was on the forefront of CGI, but also he recognized using like live action stuff as much as possible and then just complementing it with CGI. And so to see a George Lucas franchise just go right CGI, it
just don't work.
It is disappointing and heartbreaking.
Mission Impossible, really good. Recommend watch that over Indiana Jones.
Easy watch.
Definitely an easy watch or an easy nap.
You can nap in the first 20 minutes, you won't miss anything.
Yep, and it'll feel a shorter movie for you. Insect bites on butt cracks don't help.
Nope.
They're not good. And don't overcook, don't overbake, especially if your whisk dies. Electrical whisk.
Overbake what? Oh,
just don't overbake.
Oh, right, yeah, you're talking about me now.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And maybe don't overbake as well.
And also, if you think that you recognise someone on screen in a cinema, do not pull your phone out and start trying to look up the cast.
Oh, what twat! What twat!
Considering he got it completely wrong because he was choosing the fucking redhead from Jurassic Park, wasn't he?
I didn't see who he was looking up.
Yeah.
It was what? Bryce Dallas Howard?
Yeah.
What?
Thought that was Hayley Atwell.
What?
Yeah. I know.
Dense twat. Anyway.
Wait until the end of the film and then look at IMDb. God damn it.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
Unbelievable, Jeff.
But on that note,
thanks for joining us.
We'll see you in the next episode. Make sure you like this video.
Comment.
Have
you seen either of the two films? What are your opinions?
Have you baked food? Have you been bitten on the butt? Do you agree with all the CGI stuff? Let us know. Give us all your opinions down below. Subscribe to the channel, ring that notification bell,
and share this with your friends.
And share with everybody that you know. And if you're on Spotify, listening on Spotify, give us a 5-star review because you know you want to, and we put a lot of effort in, so we deserve it. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much for joining us, guys.
We'll see you soon
in the next one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.